you have to take 100% responsibility and accountability of every single action you're doing with the business, whether it's hiring, sales, marketing, product, whatever it is.
Welcome to Unstoppable Podcast with Harry Sardinas, inspiring conversations with influential millionaires, investors, thought leaders, entrepreneurs who are making a massive difference with their innovative products and services, and sharing the challenges and the wisdom of how they sold their first million.
Again, Sean, why people do, why it doesn't make sense to me. And there are people that building businesses, they have big companies, and I think that the problem is that they see it like an overhead rather than an investment. So I'm seeing marketing like an investment. Okay, how much it costs me to put to be in front of the client, yeah, and how much it costs me to get in front of the client, and then if it costs me $2, and then we send it product for 10, and then we have operation or whatever, you know what? I have profit margin, so I happy to invest these $2 to get in front of the client, because when I'm in front of this client, I can sell for 10, for 20. But if I don't have these $2, how gonna get in front of the client? I cannot get in front of anybody. If I cannot go in front of anybody, how gonna sell my thing, right? But no,
Sure.
Everybody's seeing like that this is a cost, like, I don't know, like a staff cost, like operational cost, like, I don't know, other costs, fixed costs that the business have, that of course when something is uncertain. I remember I told to my staff, guys, you know what, for the time being, for the next 2 weeks, let's decrease the hours of work rather than 8. Let's everybody work 4 hours. You guys, me no, I'm gonna work more, but you guys, let's reduce. Let's see what happens. But it never happened in my head that I want that I'm gonna reduce the budget for marketing, because and sales, because this is what getting in front of the people, right? So, who do you think that we can blame for or who's teaching people, or who's getting this? Probably it's the school, probably the business school, probably the association, probably it's true that also what you say, that maybe where they're getting the source from, but who can we blame, and that have defined in the entrepreneurial world marketing as a cost, what is actually an investment to acquire the client? Who do you think is the fault?
I'm sure you could blame a lot of people, but I think it's up to the entrepreneur to take that
to get the right
responsibility.
information. I agree with you. Probably they should be listening this podcast.
Yeah, exactly right.
That would
Definitely
be
they should.
helpful for them if they're listening to this. Yeah. So they need to get the right source of information, right?
Yeah, and I think it's one of those things too where, you and I, Harry, we think differently because we're entrepreneurial, and the average 9 to 5 person, they just don't think that way. And especially people that are in a 9 to 5 kind of business and mentality.
And some of them are on charge of the marketing decisions for the large company, right?
Right.
They are 9 to 5. Yeah, exactly.
So I think it's one of those things where if you're going to start a business, you need to change your mindset to making it, just a more abundant mindset. But I'll kind of contradict what I just said. It does differ, though, pertaining to COVID on marketing. So obviously, if you're a retail business like perhaps JCPenney, no one could go in JCPenney because of COVID. So it wouldn't make sense to increase the marketing budget, because they didn't necessarily, the marketing budget for the retail stores, I'll just say that, right?
Mm-hmm.
It would make sense to put more digital
Exactly, and the online side of it.
For the online side of it,
Yeah,
yes,
but they
exactly
cut the
right.
digital. The issue is that they cut the digital. If the other one, obviously, okay, fine. Every shops are closed, so we're not gonna spend in advertising on there because people cannot come. But what happened? I was not this particular company, because I don't know the details, to be honest. But the general trend was everybody was cutting marketing, including the online operation, the digital.
Right.
When panic came, yeah. So I think that we need to continue with this conversation with the topic, and the entrepreneur need to know that if you have an startup, the marketing and sales guy or person that you gonna get advice from, or you're gonna hire, right? This is your best
Sure.
friend. This is a person that actually will make you happy, because I see a lot and a lot and a lot, and it's normal because first time founders, they are very product centric. They love
Yeah.
the product and in love with the product. That's why they want to be the business, and somehow get lost in translation, that they get so emotional attached to the product that they think that the product is everything, that this business is the product, and it's not. The product is only 20%. Yeah. And I'm glad that you're talking about retail, because talking about customer of acquisition. Yeah. I said, no, I have the retail. No, my clients come for free because, they come into my store. Really? So how much it costs you the store? And how much it costs you to put the branding? And how much it costs you to put the lights so people can see the store or to see the thing? So this it goes in this investment as marketing. So your clients doesn't come for free. They never come for free to anybody. Yeah. And it costs to acquire clients, especially if you are an early state. It costs more. It costs time. If you don't have money, it will cost you time. Uh, but the other day I speak with one founder and said, listen, if you have low resources and you have a team, you have to, all your team guys, if you have a good product, all of you, you have 4 of you, 5, all of you have to start to get involved in selling this thing. If you don't have money to pay anybody, you need to go out, all of you, and sell. And 2 of them say, well, this is not my job. And like, this is not your jobs. You think that you are in a company, in a 9 to 5 job, that everything is your job. You're an entrepreneur. What are you talking about? This is not your job.
Yeah.
No, I don't like it, and whatever. Well, if you're in business,
Tough crap.
how many things we do that we don't like, that we have to do. Yeah. Even this podcast at the beginning, I was resisting to it a lot. Yeah. My girlfriend walked me into this. Oh, Harry, we should do a podcast. Yeah. So what she's trying to mean is that I do the podcast, figure out everything, and then she will do a podcast, which she really wanted to do it. So our team prepare everything for me, and also, and I started before my girlfriend. My girlfriend was, oh, let's do the podcast. I want to do the podcast. Well, I started before, and she started after. Now she's doing amazing. Yeah, she's doing her podcast is doing amazing. But the whole point of the story is that sometimes we need to do things in business that sometimes we resist it and we don't even like it to do it. I'm kind of warming up to my podcast now, especially because I have brilliant people like you, and I'm having the time of my lifetime with this podcast, to be honest. Yeah, but at the beginning I was resisting it. Yeah, I was like, man, in front of the computer and interviewing entrepreneurs. So, but I'm having a lot of fun. It's amazing, actually. So, Sean,
It's awesome.
the what is the biggest challenge that you have encountered as an entrepreneur growing your business, and how you overcome that challenge?
Well, I guess I'll go a little personal here, Harry. I think the biggest challenge I've ever had to face was when my dad went to prison when I was in college, when I started the business. And
Wow.
I'm not going to get into the whole X's and O's of it, but you've seen, and I think a lot of the whole audience has seen Wolf of Wall Street. I'll just leave it at that. That he was a stockbroker, had his own company, and I'll just leave it at that. Very similar to the whole Jordan Belfort storyline. Not as glamorous though. You couldn't make a movie out of that though. Or maybe we already did. I don't know. I'll need to see that one day. But Yeah, I mean, I was in college, I was 20 years old, and being told that, your dad's going to prison for 6 years isn't necessarily on your whole,
Wow.
horoscope, right? And your whole magic 8 ball, right? Like you're
A
not
big
thinking that's
setback.
going to happen.
My goodness.
And what happened, Harry, was I think I started to develop a sense of just because, my mom, she worked, she's been remarried. My parents split up when I was, very young. So she remarried. She's very successful at what she does. And my stepdad is very successful at what he does as well. But I got this sense of just wanting to provide and wanting to just be completely relentless, in whatever I'm doing. And I think if you're a new entrepreneur, what you just said earlier about, oh, it's not my problem, it's not this, you have to take 100% responsibility and accountability of every single action you're doing with the business, whether it's hiring, sales, marketing, product, whatever it is. You need to be relentless with accountability and responsibility, because the second you push that responsibility off and make an excuse, that's
You're
the
out of the
second
game.
that you stop growing.
Follow us for more interviews with world's most influential, audacious entrepreneurs that overcame challenges and adversity, providing you with the blueprint of how they sold their first million so you can grow your business exponentially.